What's up, Whites faithful? Can you feel it? That electricity in the air around Elland Road? Because right now, as I'm speaking to, there are 3 absolutely massive stories exploding around our beloved Leeds United that are going to leave you speechless, frustrated, or maybe even hopeful all at the same time. Listen, White supporters, I'm about to drop some serious bombs on you that involve a striker who's thriving away from Yorkshire, a winger who's finally getting the respect he deserves from you, the fans, and a transfer saga that could either make or break our entire season. We're talking about moves that could see more of our players heading to Hull City, a moment at Elland Road that had even the BBC commentators shocked, and a message from a former favourite that's got everyone talking about what could be the most important signing of the summer. Smash that like button. If you're ready for this roller coaster, drop a comment telling me what you think is gonna happen. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? This is the kind of content every Leeds fan needs to see. But here's what's really gonna get your blood pumping. One of these stories involves a player who scored the championship title winning goal last season, and his future might be decided in the next 48 hours. Are you ready to find out who I'm talking about? Let's dive into the first bombshell that's gonna leave Hull City fans absolutely delighted. Here we go, Whites! The name that's been on everyone's lips and the player that's making Hull City rub their hands together with glee. Joe Gelhardt. Remember when we all thought Joe was gonna be our next big thing? Well, guess what? He is the next big thing, just not for US. This lad has been absolutely flying at Hull City, and it's got them so excited they're already eyeing up another one of our players. Gelhardt has been nothing short of sensational at the MKM Stadium. 3 goals and assists in just 5 games. The kid who couldn't get a proper look in at Elland Road is now one of the championship's most talked about forwards. And here's the kicker that's gonna make every Leeds fan's stomach turn. Hull City are so impressed with Joe's impact that they're now actively targeting Darko Gyabi. That's right, White's faithful. While we're watching Gelhardt tear it up in Hull's orange, they're plotting to take another promising talent from our academy. Gyabi, that giant midfielder who showed flashes of brilliance but never quite got his chance under Fark, is now in their crosshairs along with Wrexham, Watford, and even French clubs Lorient and Metz. The most frustrating part? Wayne Rooney himself has been praising Gyabi's ability to drive forward with the ball, calling it his real attribute. We've got a legend of the game recognizing our player's talent, but it looks like he'll be showcasing it somewhere else. What makes this even more painful is that Ali Maxwell is already predicting Gelhardt will be one of the championship's standout players this season. We had this talent right here in our academy, developed him for years, and now we're watching him potentially become a championship superstar in Hull's colors while they cherry pick our next generation. This is exactly what every Leeds fan feared, losing players with potential for peanuts while they flourish elsewhere. The pattern is becoming painfully clear, and it's breaking hearts across Yorkshire. But wait, because this next story is going to show you that sometimes, just sometimes, things can turn around at Elland Road in the most unexpected ways. Hold onto your scarves, Whites, because what happened during our Newcastle draw is something that had even the BBC commentators doing double takes. We all know the story with Jack Harrison, don't we? 2 seasons at Everton comes back to a frosty reception, constant boos, transfer rumors flying left and right. Every time his name was announced, you could cut the tension with a knife. The man was public enemy number 1 for a significant portion of our fan base. But Saturday changed everything when Harrison was brought on as a substitute after 60 minutes. Against Newcastle, something magical happened. Instead of the usual groans and scattered boos, there was genuine warm applause from the Elland Road faithful. John Murray on BBC Radio 5 Live couldn't believe what he was hearing. This is the first time we've seen the reaction. Jack Harrison at Elland Road. There's warm applause as he walks over into that corner in front of the Reevy stand. I think it looks as though the feeling is, we've made our point. Can you believe it? The same fans who were calling for his head just weeks ago were applauding him. This is what makes football beautiful, White supporters. The passion, the forgiveness, the unity when it matters most. But here's the reality check that's gonna sting a bit. Neither Harrison nor any of our wing options in that Newcastle game looked like they could terrorize Premier League defenses. Gnonto showed his limitations. Daniel James has pace but no end product, and Brendan Aronson and Harrison are still trying to prove themselves at the top level. The 0-0 draw against Newcastle highlighted exactly what we're missing. That spark, that unpredictability, that moment of magic that separates good teams from great ones. We dominated possession but couldn't break them down. We had the chances but lacked the clinical edge. Fark made tactical changes, bringing on Harrison and Aronson for Nanto and James. But even our substitutions couldn't find a breakthrough. We desperately needed. Fark has 2 days left in the transfer window, and we desperately need that extra bit of magic on the wings. The Newcastle game proved we're close, but close isn't good enough for promotion. Which brings me to the final, absolutely crucial story that could determine our entire season. Whites, faithful, this is it. The moment of truth that every single Leeds United fan needs to hear about. Manor Solomon, the name that sends shivers down the spine of every championship defender and makes Leeds fans dream of promotion glory. This Israeli wizard who lit up Elland Road last season with 10 goals and 13 assists, including that absolutely sensational championship title-winning goal against Plymouth Argyle. But here's where it gets emotional, Whites. Patrick Bamford, our warrior, our leader, our number 9 for 7 incredible years, has just confirmed his departure from Elland Road after reaching a mutual agreement to end his contract early. 7 years. This man bled white for us, and now there's a massive hole in our squad that needs filling. And guess what Solomon did when Bamford announced his departure? He reached out with a simple but powerful message. All the best, brother. That message, White supporters, isn't just a goodbye to Bamford. It's Solomon maintaining his connection to Leeds United. With Roma circling like vultures and the transfer deadline just days away, that Instagram interaction could be the sign we've all been waiting for. Thomas Frank has already greenlit a Leeds move for Solomon. We know he can perform at this level. 41 appearances last season prove that. We know he's got the magic we desperately need on the wings. We know the fans adore him. The question is, can we get this deal over the line? Remember how Solomon exploded onto the scene in that Hull City debut last season? The same Hull City that's now stealing our players. He was absolutely unplayable, creating chances out of nothing, terrorizing defenses with his pace and trickery. That's exactly what we witnessed all season. A player who could single-handedly change games, who could turn a 0-0 draw like we had against Newcastle into a comfortable victory. The timing couldn't be more perfect. Bamford's departure creates space, Solomon's availability creates opportunity, and our desperate need for wing magic creates urgency. But every hour that passes gives Roma more time to steal him from under our noses. Leeds United faithful, this is our moment. This is where we find out if we're serious about promotion or if we're content with mediocrity. Solomon could be the difference between a season of struggle and a season of glory. What do you think, Whites? Is Manor Solomon the missing piece of our promotion puzzle? Will we see him back in Leeds white before Monday's deadline? Drop your predictions in the comments below. Smash that like button if you want to see Solomon back at Elland Road. And let's show the world that the Leeds United family never gives up hope. Are we about to witness the return of the magician who could lead us back to the promised land? Or are we going to watch another talented player slip? Through our fingers, the next 48 hours will tell us everything we need to know about this club's ambition. Mo T.